Sweet. All right, everything's set up. All right, hopefully everything goes well tonight. Our last stream kind of got interrupted because my phone died. I had the charger plugged in. But anyways, tonight we're going to be working on doing the valve clearance checks. It's a little bit complicated in this motorcycle, but I actually just did a 996 valve clearances. And I figured out a little trick with an Allen key. It doesn't seem like a big deal, but the standard way of checking this, it requires like a lot of pressure with a socket and trying to get in there and measure and hold this down. It's a piece of shit way to do it. And I found a guy on YouTube that does it with an Allen key, and it makes a world of difference. Anyways, we're gonna start from the top and work our way to the bottom. Once we got our clearances, I'm gonna just go ahead and find out what those are, and then we're gonna move on to something a little bit more difficult that I'm not really looking forward to, and that's to remove some really stiff, dry rotted old tires from these rims that are flaking chrome everywhere. So I'm not too excited about that, but we gotta get it done because we have to get those rims as well as some other parts to the chromers to not chrome but de-chrome, so I can paint them close, I don't want to say back to OEM finish, but close to the OEM color. The rims are going to be close to this matte gold, and then the foot pegs and stuff are going to be close to that raw aluminum look. So let's go ahead and get started. We're going to get started on the top head, the vertical. We're going to do the intake and the exhaust, and then we'll go to the horizontal intake and exhaust. Shouldn't take that long, fingers crossed, but there's always something. But let's go ahead and get started. I got my light, got everything. Let's do my larger Allen key first. Yeah, as you guys know, if you guys have watched the stream before, I always have my stationary camera going to make sure that you guys can catch the long format, or this is for the long format videos. So this is kind of the more in-depth. Dang it, I'll be right back. I need to go grab my card for this camera. Okay, I'll be right back. Okay, got the card. Sweet. Yeah, and I'll come check for comments here in a second. Once I kind of get through this stuff, I come check the phone because I can't see anything on there. Let's go ahead and get this one taken care of. So just for reference, whenever we're doing valve clearance checks on there, it's going to ask you for the left and right, and that's always when you're on the bike. So this is the left side, that's the right side. This is the intake side, so this is where the throttle body sits and where the fuel comes in. This is the exhaust side, and you can kind of see what's left of the exhaust pipe back here. So we're going to do boom, 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 boom. It's actually going to be 8 measurements, 2 measurements each for each thing. So we'll do 16 measurements. So that's why when people are talking about like, oh, the Desmo service, wherever it's the belts as well as the valve clearance check, that's why it's so expensive, because it just takes so long. Speaking of, this guy just came off. This was intake. So this intake vertical. Touch it as that, so that goes like that. Alright. I try not to mess with the aluminums if they're sticking to it. Yeah, let's go ahead, get through here. So ideally you want, what is it, 0.10. I always do these in metric. Was it 0.010, 0.1? So let's just see. Let's do 0.15 metric. So what we got here. So right now I'm measuring, let's see, this one's a little dark. Let me see if I can get in here. Wait, the camera. There we go. Let's bring that up a little bit. There we go. All right, so try 0.15 to start off with. That's okay. Ooh, oh, we gotta get the camshaft in the correct position. Camshaft should be the opening lobe is pointing up and out, kind of towards the top edge of this, and you measure between the shim and the opener rocker. That one's okay. That one's pretty smooth. We'll go a little bit more. Looks like this guy had build oil on it or something. I think this guy tried to rebuild it and just never got around to it. So next part is to pull the spark plugs and get an endoscope in there and see if there's something truly bad waiting for us. But let's go 18. That feels okay. Looks like alright, so that looks like that's going to be in 0.18, or that's for SAE, that's 0.007. So that's not too far off, that's probably like 2 shims. Let's see, let's go to 0.20, see if it goes in. Probably shouldn't. Yep, it doesn't, barely. Yeah, no, that's a 0.18. So we know what that one is, so that's 0.18. Let's try 0.1, there we go. That's the issue with all these. And if you keep it in the big butterfly setup, it's hard to find them sometimes. All right, 0.15, where's 0.18? You hiding? Oh, where are you hiding? Where are you hiding? 0.18. It's odd sometimes. They hide. Oh, I got all of them. 8. Alright, so I know 15 goes in. That one's 0.18. This one. Oh, that's pretty good. Let's try 0.20. 2 still going on pretty good. Let's try 0.23. 2, 2, 3. Yeah. Yeah, it feels a little tight. Let's just go 0.25 to try it. See, this is when it gets kind of like wonky because trying to make things perfect. 0.23 feels really tight. 0.25 doesn't go. It drags quite a bit. You can see my hand motion. So I'm gonna, that 0.23 is still just a little bit too tight. I'm gonna also call this one a 0.20. So right side intake is 0.20, and then left side is 0.18, right? Yeah, where'd the 0.20 go? Of course it went away. There it is. 0.20. Let's try that 0.20 one more time. Yeah, 0.20. So 0.2 on the right side, 0.10 on the left side. So I'm just over here off camera, just writing down some stuff. I guess you can see. It's just a sheet from Desmo Times. Sheet from Desmo Times. Actually, I'll just film me writing that down. Actually, let me go ahead and do the other clearances just so I know. Vertical cylinder intake left, so that's left. That was unloaded. Loaded clearance, unloaded was 0.18, and intake right was 0.20. Now it's asking for the loaded clearance, and that's where this little Allen key comes in. Let's see, is there anybody? Okay, just make sure. That's where this loaded key comes in. Or loaded clearance, that's where this Allen key comes into play. This Allen key helps do the loaded clearance. And this should be about 10 to 15 more than your unloaded clearance. So hopefully this will be a 0.30 and this will be a 0.28. 0.25, 0.30. Of course you're not. Where are you? There you are. Alright, let's try 0.28. 0.28. Let's try this. So we get it in here, just like that, get it up underneath there, and just that little bit of rock. A little bit. Okay, 0.28. Let's try 0.28 goes in to 3, 3, and 3, 3. No, 3. Oof. You don't want to crank on too much. Just a little bit. Actually, 3 will go. Yeah, 3. I think this one's 0.30. It's really tight. Actually, if I pull it just a little bit more. You know what? I'm going to call that 0.30. So 0.30 on that side. 0.30 that side. Actually, let me do 0.30 right side. Let's try the left side. So should be 0.3. Let's get everything out of here. Yeah. Did you rub off completely? Or what am I doing here? I hate when I get, yeah, I got a build lube, not just oil, but build lube on here, and it's super slick. So it's hard to grab these things. All right, let's do 0.28 and do these 3. I think it's going to be 18, 28, yeah. Because that was 18. This should be, if it's in right, it should be 18. Okay. Oh, this one has a little bit more give. All right. No, that one's got some more room. At 0.28. Stop sticking together. Got a lot of room. This one's definitely going to need a closer shim. That is 0.33. Oh, that thing moves a lot. You see that on there? Wow, that's super open. Okay, I have a feeling this not do it correctly because that is big. It's a big difference. All right, let's do 35, 38. Says 0.35. There's still quite a bit there. 0.38. Yeah. 0.38. I have a feeling this rocker arm is a little bit jacked up. Whenever the sizes are that off, either they didn't do a good valve clearance job, or the rocker is starting to flake. Yeah, there's just absolutely nothing. You can't tell if there's a beat up rocker in there, but this thing's got a whole bunch of clearance in it. Wow, yeah. I'm getting into big numbers now. 45. This one's, I've never used this size because it's so big. 45. 48. And it even started grabbing it. I'm going to stop the recording, not waste footage on that. That was a 3.0, right? Let me double check that one before I continue. I'm at 4.8, probably 50. At 3.0, let me double check. Let's go over here. I'm pretty sure it was a 0.30 or 0.23. 0.30. Or I think I wanted to call it a 0.28 because the 0.30 was really grabby. Let me try the 0.28. 0.28. And I apologize for sweating. I don't know if you can see it on camera. I'm just dripping. Shake off the sweat. It's probably 105 or so in this garage. So, this is the slightest. Yeah, I'm gonna give that a 0.30. That's 0.30. Let me write this down. I get it. So that is the right side loaded clearance, meaning I'm putting load on it. That's 0.30. So you subtract. So when doing these valve clearances, you subtract the loaded clearance, or sorry, the unloaded clearance from the loaded clearance. As you can see, I got 0.20 for the unloaded, and then 0.30 for the loaded. So what that's going to give me is the closer clearance of 0.10. Good night. Hold on.
How did the orange piece come from?
I don't know. I don't know where the orange piece came from. Where did the orange piece come from?
Say good night, Daddy.
Good night. Good night, sweetie. Good night. Mwah.
You're dirty.
I am dirty, yeah. And see, what am I doing to the motorcycle? I am a
Motorcycle doctor.
yeah. Good job. All right. Good night. Good night. Bye bye. Cutest little girl ever. Yeah. So what was I saying? So that's kind of gives you your numbers right there. You have your loaded clearance, which is the tool that you kind of do with the Allen key. You kind of load that up. I'll zoom in, I'll get in on the next couple ones to kind of show you where I'm putting that Allen key. Or you can go and see the most recent upload of the 996 valve clearance job, and you'll kind of see where I'm putting that Allen key. But this is kind of where we're going for. And then I just needed these tonight, and I'm pretty sure it's 10, 10. It's a 10 and 10 that you need here. And then it's on the horizontals that it's like 10 and 15 that's needed, so we'll go from there. But we just needed those 3 numbers for tonight. That's what I'm going for. So, but I need to continue on this one. this left-hand side because this thing is big. I'm pretty sure, I can see that one of the shims has been changed. They're different colors. Yeah, I think they never changed it. Either that or the closer is out of whack. Let's see here. We were at 45, right? So that's great. Let's go 50. There's some big numbers. This is bad. It's not bad like engine destruction bad, but it's definitely not. And there's so much movement right there. Oh, still nothing. I have sweat dripping everywhere. Trying not to get it on the exposed metal stuff so I don't cause rust just by my salty sweat. Oh yeah, how'd you get all that rust right there? Oh, I just sweated all over the bike when I was trying to work on it. You know, the usual. Alright, so we have the next 3 right here. So this is 0.53. This is big. But there's just so much movement. No, I don't think it's gripping. Alright, these are all stuck together from assembly. Put that down. 0.55. Ooh, here we go. Now we're getting somewhere. There we go. Let me make sure it's. There we go. Still barely anything. That's a big movement. On we go. 5.8. 5.8. That's only one shim. It feels like 3 shims. Yeah, there we go. Okay. 5.8 does not want to go, unless it's just so big. Let's do, so 5.8, and we can go back to 22, 23, 5, 5.5, 0.55. 0.55. Let's try that one again. Yeah, there's a little bit of drag there. We're going to call that a 0.55, which is huge. That's a big number. That means loaded 0.55. So what is that? Okay, oh man, trying not to sweat on the paper. I'm just dripping. Alright, so we got this one done. That one's done with those 4 measurements. Let's see. Let's see here. 155, 8. Let's see here. 137. Wow, that's quite the ballpark of magnitude off. Yeah, that's no good. Yeah. 5, 2, 3. Yeah, I said right. Okay. And I'm just double checking because it's such a big number and just, there's definitely, I think the closer rocker is flaked because of the size of that clearance difference. Alright, so now, let's get here. Camera over here. I'm gonna do this rear closer. This one's actually the hardest one to get to, and then I'll move you guys in to do the horizontal one. I'm gonna get that one. It's a lot easier to see because of the normal light and stuff. That one's kind of hard because it's like hooded by the engine case. So let's see. I'll put you here. This. Gotta get that shot. Let's go right here. This looks decent. I'm gonna kind of carry one because. I'm gonna do it from this side. Shoot it right here. There you go. Like that. Focus over here. That's great. Come on. This autofocus isn't the greatest. There it goes. Alright, we're gonna have to go manual focus. This one doesn't like it. All for the long format stuff. It's gotta look good. Let's see if we can do that one. There we go. Woo. Drippy, drip, drip, sweat. How's it going, guys? All right. Let's get to measuring. So hopefully this is 10s and 15s. Let's do 15s. Start from there. Okay. Ooh. Let's make sure you're not touching. That's an interesting oil. Alright, 15. A little bit big. Actually, yeah, it's a little bit small, so we'll go 18. So we got 18. 18, I don't think it's gonna be 2020. We'll see. Right from 20. So again, this is exhaust right side. That's pretty good. 20. Try 22. Keep on going. Right when you think you got it, just gotta keep on going. 23 and 25 are next. 23 and 25. Alright. I don't know why they put this gold key in there. I don't know if that's a waypoint marker or something. Alright, 0.23. Oop. Yeah. Alright, so that's a 0.20 on the right side. Unloaded. 0.20. There we go. 0.20. Double check. And that's the thing that just makes this take forever. It's just the checking over and over. So the unloaded for the right side. Unloaded right side is 0.20. So this is vertical exhaust right side unloaded 0.20. Okay. Now let's see about the left side. See if we can change angles for the left side. See if we can shoot all the way up in there. There we go. Oh, birds are out. Oh, no, that's not what I want to do. Let's try 0.20 over here. Actually, I'm just gonna go from this side. It's tough. This exhaust, you have the spring in the way, and luckily I have the exhaust and the wheel out of the way, but still makes it tough. Nope, 0.20 doesn't want to go. So it's probably going to be 0.18. Alright, what we got? 0.18. There we go. Let's try that. 0.18. Whoa, hold up. Wow, okay. Not want to go. I get 0.15. Yeah, alright. Show up. 0.15. Yeah, 0.15. 0.15 it is. See if I can get a better angle. Alright, 0.15. 0.15 unloaded. 0.15. Alright, so now I do the Allen key trick. So again, just going to be recording this right now. You guys a little bit further back. And then we'll work on the closer clearances. Let's do this one first. So hopefully this one's 0.25, 0.25, and 0.30. Let's try to 0.25 on this side. Oh, 0.25. Right. 0.25. No? 0.25. And you're going to be a 0.23 or 20. 0.23. Mm-mm. Sucker's tight. Sucker is tight. Let me try the other key. So, like a little slide. Just 2, 3, but there's not much movement in it. Yeah, there's really no movement in that closer. That's tiny. That's a tiny. 1, 2, 3. Let's go 0.1. Let's skip a few. Go 0.18 because that's small. Negative. There's probably very little to none. Let me just go down to small stuff. 0.5 maybe. 0.5. 0.05. Here we go here. Okay. That's fine. 0.8 maybe? 8? So we got here. It feels, I'm doing really thin shims because it feels like there's absolutely no movement. Okay. You just go 0.10. That's what happens when your fingers covered in oil. It's hard to grab things. Just sacrifice this bloody shirt to hopefully get a little bit of grip. I would like someone to make Allen keys that are knurled instead of being this shaped all the way around. It would be nice to have it be knurled because most of the time when you're using these, it's tight spaces or whatever because you can't get a ratchet to it. If anyone knows where you can find Allen keys that are knurled so you can hold on to them and they don't slip out of your hands, let me know. Okay, this is 0.10. See if that goes in. Okay, that one goes in just regardless. So that one goes in regardless. So 0.15, where did that go in? 0.15 not going in? Or did I just not have it lined up? Yeah, 0.5 not going in. Very tight. I think it's 0.13. Got it. Three is pretty easy. Pretty easy. 1.5. Gotta double check. This is also again, this is why it makes it so tedious. You have to check back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. I'm gonna give that one a 0.13. That's pretty small. Those need to be almost double. So that one is small. That is the right closer. That thing should be almost double of what it is now. Left closer. Exhaust left closer is 0.13. So yeah, that's no good. Negative 0.02. 0.02. So it's constantly holding it shut. It won't open all the way. So that's a new one. All right, now let's do the closer of the right side. All right. So the right side. All right, we already got some footage of this, so we're gonna move it out of the way. All right, so let's, feeling lucky. Let's do 20, so let's do 0.40. Because roughly, let's do 0.43. It's supposed to be maybe 0.10 more. It's supposed to be 10 more or 15 more. I'm gonna go with in between. So it's supposed, oh, what am I doing? 10, so that's 30, not fucking 40. Let's go with point 0.3. Do 0.33. See how that does. That's 13. That's a happy medium. Whew. I need to drink some water here soon. Fucking hot. Hot as balls. Hot as balls. Yeah. There we go. Same sort of deal. Alright, put that in there like that. Little motion. It doesn't barely wants to go in. Maybe 0.30. 0.30. I think it's gonna be close. 0.30. No. It's 0.28. Yeah. 0.28. So right exhaust loaded. Right exhaust loaded is 0.28. Right exhaust load is 0.28. These things are tight. They are not on point. So that puts that at 0.08. These are pretty far off. All right, we got the top side done. The top side's done, so now we can do the horizontal cylinder. The horizontal cylinders, same sort of deal, it's just you have a little bit better view. So that's all like, we'll work on that one together. So I'll go ahead and move you guys in. Let's see what's going on. Let me make sure everything doesn't even plug. Last time I accidentally let you guys get unplugged. I didn't realize that you guys had been unplugged. So let's get this cut here. I know, chill. This little bendy thing. Get you down a little bit closer. There we go. Right, yeah, I know. Right there. There we go. That's pretty good. Sweet. Move this power cord over. Make sure everything's still plugged in. Sweet. Alright. Let me get the camera set up. Really is like one key. It's like one key. Really worth it. I need to put it on the same side, I guess. Whew. Let me get a drink of water. I need some water. sweating through these gloves. Let's see. Maybe I can get this angled. Get you guys both angled in here. Probably have the camera in front of me a little bit. Oh, sorry. Give you a little love tap. Love tap. Love tap. Let me adjust the camera I have right now. My tripod camera, so I can get it in position. Because it's kind of important. I need to make sure it gets that good footage for the long format videos. Let me get this one set up. And I'll move you guys up just a little bit. There we go. Let's get this on top. Yeah, there we go. You guys can kind of see. Let me go ahead and get my camera going. Ooh, this one needs some adjusting. Let's adjust you. Alright. There we go. Perfect. Let's get you a little bit darker. Looks good. Manual focus. Let's pull this guy out. There we go. Or can you focus on? No, you can't. That was me tapping the screen to see if I could focus on the YouTube live. I was like, I don't think you can, but it's worth a shot. Let me see if I can get further in there. 2000 ISO looks good. There we go. All right, we are recording there. You can hear the little beep. All right, so now we're going to do the horizontal intake clearances. So the hope is these are anywhere from 10 to 15. This oil is super, super clear. So I don't know if the guy who had it last just put some oil in it and tried to start it, or if this is some sort of mechanical oil, like a assembly lube. Because it is bright. All right, there we go. Let's go somewhere in here. All right. So we're hoping for anywhere from 10.10 to 0.15 for our clearances to begin with. So we're just looking through here. There we go, 0.10. Let's just, hopefully we're lucky. Let's try 0.15. So again, the first ones you do below the rocker on top of the shim. Okay, the actual one, that feels pretty good. Shaking you guys both. Try not to shake it too much. Oop. There we go. I got a tight one. Let's just give it a little wiggle, see if it's a fluke. Yeah, no, that one's too tight. All right, so we got, oh. That one feels okay. So let's do point, that's 0.15, where's 1.3? There it is, 1.3 and 1.10. All right, 0.13. 0.13 in here. I'm a little stuck. Nope, it's not like that. Oof, 0.13 feels pretty good over here. I'll have to double check that one. That feels pretty good. Light drag. Let me check the 1.5 on that one real quick. Just to do a quick comparison because we're almost zeroed in on that one. 1.5. That's close. I'm gonna call that one 0.15. So 0.15 on that one, and I think it was 0.13 on the other one. Wherever it went. Come on! Gotta get this butterflies on here. There's 8, 5. Where are we going here? Hello? I'm missing the one that I need. Where are you going? Alright, 3, there it is. 1. no ifs or ands or buts on that one. Yeah, that one's a 0.10 because 0.13 doesn't want to go. Yeah. Yeah, 0.10. So we'll do 0.15 right, 0.10 left. I'm going to write those down real quick. 0.10. Okay. 0.10 left, 0.15 right. So exhaust, horizontal, intake, unloaded is 0.10, and this one is 0.15. Oh, terrible 5. But now, okay, let's do our loaded clearances. So this is where I'm utilizing the Allen key to get in here. So hopefully it's 10 more than those, so that would put us at least 0.20. So hopefully at least 0.20. Okay, I need you to move out of the way. Excuse me, sir. Alright. This goes in here like this. Right in that little groove. There's a little rough patch. Yeah, there's a little movement. Oh, okay. I got plenty of room there. So let's do 0.23 and then 0.25. 25, 23. I bet it's 0.25. Feels like it's gonna be a 0.25. Oh, it's nice not having the radiator. That's the other thing that's really nice about this. Ooh, spoke too soon. Okay, you don't want to push down on it too much because you can actually flex the cam. There's a healthy bit of resistance, but that feels pretty good. What is that? 0.25. Try 0.23. Actually, let's go up one more. 0.211, 0.28. This will be the telltale. No, I'm pretty sure it's 0.25. 0.25, yeah. So left closer is 0.25. Left closer is 0.25. Get my arm dry. Left closer. Left loaded is 0.25. That makes that 0.15. Alright? Okay, I think that was spot on. I think that's what it's supposed to be. Alright, now let's do that one. Alright, so let's do 0.20. Let's get our chains back. Chains back in order. 0.20, what was that? That was 0.1, so hopefully it's 10, 15 more. So let's do 0.28. Let's try that. So again, pull this out and put it in the area right there. Flex it. You can see it flexing just a little bit. You just put a little bit of pressure, just like that. You can see it move open just a little bit. Ooh, this one might be right on. 28. Okay, let's do 0.30. 0.30, 0.33. 0.30, 0.33. 0.33. Again, just in there. Oh. I think this one's going to be 0.30 because I don't think 0.33 is going to go. Nope. Does, but does not want to go. Yeah. Yeah, it's 0.30. 0.30, all right. Sweet. It's good. It's done. All right. 0.30. That is horizontal intake loaded. Horizontal intake loaded. 0.30. So that puts that 0.15. Alright. So it looks like we'll have to change things there. Alright, now let's get down low. Let's get down low. Check it out. Let's see. Alright, let's see if I can get you guys down there. Get you guys down a little bit lower. Let's see. Let's check this out. Put this down. Maybe if I can set you like this, maybe. You can set you like this. You guys can kind of see it, hopefully. Let's see. What can you see? Oh, it's bitching at me already. It's saying, hey, hold it horizontal. Yeah. Oh, and you gotta get like this. There we go. Let's see. Get in there like that. Yeah. Move you back just a little bit. There we go. You're seeing the good stuff now. Sweet. Okay. Now the other part is trying to get this guy up in there. This camera's getting a little hot. A little hot. Alright, let's see if I can get you up in there. Okay. Oh, it's so nice not having the radiator in the way. That was such a pain in the ass when I was doing this on a friend's bike. There we go. Oh, what are you doing? I didn't tell you to turn off. Why'd you turn off? Did you get too hot? No? Alright. Just felt like turning off? Alright. Let's get up in there. Sorry, I'm just messing with my camera trying to get it dialed in. Ah. This angle is always so hard. I had such a issue trying to get it set up with the other one too. Let's make you a little bit, no, not brighter. A little bit softer. There we go. Maybe a little bit brighter. Yeah. No brighter never hurt. All right. Okay, everybody's good. That's off. Sweating like crazy. All right. Let's see if we can do it. If you guys hear me heavy breathing, just don't worry about it. It'll be fine. All right. Get our. Let's hope for the best and go with 0.1 is exhaust. So we can try to 0.15. Let's see. And again, we're aiming for below the rocker. Let me make sure this, yeah, see, like that was at a position. Yeah, and this one of these is way different than the other. You can see the step where it's like here and then there. Here, there. So there's definitely a difference. And we want to align this opening lobe kind of up and out, kind of at the lip. I think that's one of the best positions. Oh, wrong side. I gotta go under. All right, that feels good. Yeah, this is definitely some sort of assembly lube. Yeah, or some really old oil that's just brand new old oil. It's interesting. I think this guy might have put like, was it Lucas oil something in here to try and smooth it out because he didn't know how to do a valve clearance job. 0.15, we're gonna do, let's do 0.23. Let's just jump ahead, see what's going on. Okay, nope. Yeah, see, I knew there was gonna be one that was gonna be pretty That one's not too bad. I think that one is a 0.23, because if I put a 0.25 in there, it's going to be too much. Might be wrong though. 0.25. Yeah. Hold on a second. Let's see what's going on here. Super easy right there. I think this, that's interesting. Yeah. 0.25. 0.28 maybe? I need something that just won't go separate. Yeah. Yeah, 0.28. So I think that's a 0.25 actually. Yeah. Try, alright, 0.25, 0.25, 0.23. 3 kind of goes in there. I think it's 0.25. Alright, so unloaded left is 0.25. And then 0.25, what was this one? This one was that, oh, shit, I didn't rub my eye with the oil in it. That's not good. 0.25, you guys remember that. Alright, 0.18, let's see, what was this? 0.18. Oh, that's not bad. 0.18. 0.18. Let's do 0.20. 0.20. I don't think you'll go. Oh, so 0.18, 0.25. We'll go write those down real quick. 0.18 is left side. 0.18 left side. 0.18 is left side. 0.18. 0.25. 0.25. Alright, now for the loaded clearances. Let me make sure that was the right one. Left is, yeah, this one was a, yeah, okay. So now we're gonna do loaded clearances. Oh, my camera's about to overheat. All right, let's do 0.28 real quick. Get to it. And whenever I'm in a hurry, I always drop things. All right, let's put the key in there. Flex it just a little bit. Ooh, that one's pretty tight. Yeah, there's no clearance there. It's not there. I don't think that's gonna be a 0.28. Let's go down to 0.20. Let's see what we got here. Okay. 0.20. 0.23. This is not too far off. There we go. We're getting there. There's a little resistance. 0.23. I don't think 0.25 went in, right? I don't think 0.25 went in. Damn it. Come on. upper 8. 0.25. Yeah, that's 0.23. 0.23 left side loaded. 0.23 left side loaded. 0.23 left side loaded. 0.23 left side loaded. Alright, let's do the right side. Right side. It's gonna be a little bit different. Alright, I don't know. 0.25, we'll just start there. See what happens. Flaking. See, there we got a little movement. Yeah, that's, there we go. There's a lot of movement in there. So let's do, that one was 0.20, so let's go 0.3. 0.33. I have a feeling it's gonna be closer to spec. It's just the top shim that was off. Yeah. Stick it in there and make it hold there. So we're getting close. Stick that in there. I think it's gonna be 0.33. 0.33. You feel pretty good. Alright, that was 0.35. 0.35. 0.35. Nope, that one's 0.33. So exhaust right 0.33. Exhaust right 0.33. Exhaust right 0.33. Exhaust right 0.33. Exhaust loaded 0.33. Alright, nice. That one's done, so we got that done. That's what I want to get done. Alright, I'm gonna move you guys up. Yeah. Close this, the camera pull off for a second. Camera's overheating, saying, hey, is it hot in here? Oh, yeah, dude, I'm sweating my balls off. Alright, you guys see what's going on here. Sorry, I kept you on the floor for a little bit. Okay, here we go. So this is what we're looking at. This is our valve clearance sheet. I'll actually zoom you in a little bit. Since you're such a wide angle. So this is our valve clearance sheet. That's the V4 adjustment clearance sheet from Desmo Times. These guys are also the same people that supplied me with the valve trim kit. I actually bought it. I say supplied like I'm some sponsored YouTuber. I wish I was, but it's not the case just yet. Anyways, I got that stuff from them, and they had this data sheet or chart for free, which is nice. So I don't have to just like create like a back of the napkin looking chart to keep track of things. But let me go ahead and put my camera up here and film me just filling up the last little bit here. Alright. Okay. Let's see. See if I can get this done. Actually, I won't film this because that'll just showcase what I'm doing. Alright, so you see there, we got some kind of off numbers. Not too bad. That one's really off. It's just too tight and pushing. That means the closer is actually holding it shut and won't even open as far as it needs to. What is this? Bad math. Let's see here. 3, 2, 3, 18, 1, 13, 8, 9, 13, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5. So that's 5. So that's 0.5, right? 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23. So this point, yeah, that's right. 0.05. Okay. That's what happens when you don't pay attention in math class and do your multiplications and whatever. Can't do math. So what is this? That's 5, which is 30, and then 0.3, so it's 8. So it is, that's 0.08. Correct? I believe so. It's 1, has 2, zeros it out, 13, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, yeah, 8. So those aren't too bad. There's only one, I think, that's actually perfect, and it's the horizontal intake where it has unloaded 10, 15. I have to look it up. I'm pretty sure it's 10, 15 for the horizontal both, or I don't know if it's 10, 10, 10, 10, 10. I can't remember. I'll have to look it up. But yeah, so those are all the measurements we got. I'll look into what the LT Snyder manual says. That's the manual and measurements that everyone wants to go by. It's like there's this thing called the Haynes manual, and Haynes is the big kind of OEM manual for these bikes, but there's such a die-hard niche market for these bikes that people pour their heart and soul into them and race teams and stuff, and they find out a lot of stuff about these bikes. And there's a guy named LT Snyder. I don't know if that's the dude's name, but LT Snyder, LT, I think it's Snyder. I think that's what it is, but his measurements apparently are the best for not only performance, but also longevity of the rockers, because those rockers that you saw me kind of measuring with, those are the things that people talk about with these that make these bikes difficult, because they're coated with a chromoly finish, and whatever it was from the factory, they didn't do a good job, and they flake really easily. And when they flake, there's not like a 3-layer system where it's like chrome, copper, nickel, steel. These are like chrome on top of steel. So there's really no other intermediate layers in there. So as soon as it gets to the steel, it starts wearing away at that steel, and that steel is what can flake even more and cause issues. But also the chromoly flakes can get in oil passages and clog oil passages, so that makes it difficult. So that's why this needs to be done kind of regularly. I don't want to say regularly, but like maybe the go-to is every 6,000 miles, but if you know the bike, you know how it's performing, I'd say every 6 to 10, but I think I've only owned one motorcycle that I've gotten past 6,000 miles on, because I'm not like a daily commuter. I just take my bikes to the track. Anyways, that is the job done. Happy with that. There are some issues. I think there's a couple in here that have big numbers. Like these aren't too bad. These are fine. It's this one and this one. I think they have flaking rockers, because those are some really big gaps and big clearance issues. Anyways, let me film this real quick. Just set you guys just off the side just a little bit. And you guys see the behind the scenes stuff. Let's see here. Really bright. Oh, wrong way. There we go. I gotta zoom out. There we go. Actually, you know what? I'm gonna do autofocus on that one, because only these two look a little bad. That one's pretty off, and that one's pretty off. The rest are within tolerance to do a shim job. Alright, now that's done. Let's do the fun part. Actually, while I'm here and in the engine, I'm going to go pull the spark plug and check the spark plugs, but this is an important task to do, because it lets me kind of prepare for what I need to do about the valve clearance job. Alright, let's just so it makes it a little bit easier to kind of get you into weird positions, but I think it's more of a trouble than making it life easier. Let me put these measurements over here right now. Clearances done. I'll have to do those again once I reshim everything, and especially if I have to change out a rocker arm. But right now, what I need to do is need to put on some gloves. I need to grab a spark plug socket. Pretty sure it's this one. Pretty sure it's this one, yeah. I think it's this one. And magnet, where is my magnet? Right there. And I need a base and an extension. I think that goes all the way in there. Magnet, glove. We're good to go. Alright, so there was something in the wow, I sweated so much I have like pools of sweat in here. Jesus. When I pulled the toolkit out of the bike, which was surprisingly still with the bike, there was a spark plug in there. I was like, oh cool, he has an extra spark plug. I looked at it, I was like, this is not the correct spark plug. So, ooh, it's got some metal shavings in it from when I was cutting out stuff. It's not good. Anyways, so I wanted to pull these out and check them. Got the goodies, got spark plugs, magnet, everything you need. Need to get the camera set up so we can film it and put on a polar glove. And then we'll get to pulling these two and see how they are. And that also allows me to kind of look at the state of the motor as well. Hopefully these aren't destroyed spark plugs. That would suck. But yeah, so we're gonna go ahead and get this guy pulled out. Alright, camera on. Let's get you back here a little bit. First view. Alright. There we go. A little bit dark. There we go. Alright. That was easy. That's good. Cool. Get this guy out of here. Hopefully it looks good. And it's not just like black death or white, ghostly white. There. This one doesn't have the rubber grommet to pull it out, so. Oh wow, that's not good. I don't know if you guys can see that. It's dripping with water. That's not good. Let me see what that is. Is that water? Water and something else. I don't know. That's not good. Let me see if I can. Alright, well. Now we know that we got something in the piston head. Might need to look at. I'll have to deal with that later. I have a little bore scope coming in. I don't have a bore scope with me right now, but dang it, that means there's water in there. I hope that wasn't from when I was washing it. It looks pretty clean. Let me see if I can blow this out maybe, hopefully. That'd be kind of cool, but how would I do that? Anyways, let's go ahead and pull the other one off. We got time to figure that out. Alright, get this back on there. Get you down lower. adjusting the camera. Alright. Alright. Let's see. It's right here. Duh. Let's go this way. Okay, that's recording. Alright, let's get you guys over here too so you guys can see what's going on. Oh well, I'll have to figure something out with that one. I think I can suck that out with a tube, hopefully. I don't know what I'm gonna do with that, but come on, work with me. Alright, you guys are balanced. Sweet. Alright, cool. Alright, let's go ahead and pull that one out. Okay. This one had a little bit of resistance. Okay, this one looks a lot better. Looks a little bit sooty, but not water. So that's good. I don't know if you guys could see that. It's not sooty, but it also doesn't have water on it. So I'm gonna do some emergency kind of cleaning. It's water. I think that was from when I washed the bike. Dang it. Yeah, it's water. And the points are a little bit corroded. Let me see. I have this little guy here and this little syringe. Maybe I can suck this out. I don't know if you guys see this, but maybe I can suck out something. Suck out a little something. Oh, videotape this drama. Videotape, record, document the drama. Okay, let's see. Now a little bit. Alright. There. Alright. I'm gonna move you guys up. See if I can suck out anything with this tube. Hopefully I can. Guys, a behind the scenes look. Make sure you're not in frame. Let's see. Yeah, you're not in frame. Put this drive up. Oh, I know what I can do. I know what I can do. Get some create pressure. I have a brake fluid reservoir kit. I can hopefully suck it up. Alright, let's see here. Let's do our thing. There's the O-ring. O-ring in. Alright, the O-ring is. Come on. O-ring's in. Top is on. Okay. Maybe I can get this in there, I don't know. Rotate this way. There we go. See if I can get this in there. See if I can get this in there. Fit in there. Let's see if I can close the. Should fit. Just a little bit smaller. Should fit in there. And we'll have to take that hose somehow. Alright, let's see. See if I can get it to straighten out. Come on, straighten, straighten. I don't know if it's gonna work, but we can try. You can try. Idea. Maybe I can utilize this to kind of help it in there. I cannot see what's going on in there. Let's get some light in there. What's going on? See if we can just try and get you in there. Yeah, we're in there. We're in. We're in. A whole bunch of water in there. Didn't look like a whole bunch of water. Okay, well, that just turned off. It gave up. I'm gonna hold just a little bit. There's my turning tool. Turning tool. There we go. I think it feels good. Let me see if I can get it to the top part of this thing. Okay, that's top. Looks a little bit wet, but let's see. Just trying to do this suction method. I got this guy. This is for fork level. All right, let's see if we got. Okay, coming in out. It's kind of tough to. Oh, It's a little gunk, but it's not like a bunch of water or something. Yeah. Yeah. Let's see. It runs super smooth, which is nice. Nothing popping out the top like a bunch of water. So there's not a bunch of water. I think that was just a little bit of water seeped past and got in there, but I think it will be okay. Sprayed a little bit of WD-40 in there, but it looks a little grimy for sure. But that's the whole thing about this rebuild. It's not, I didn't want to take the engine head off and do all that. I just wanted to get this thing up and running. A true diehard can go for the true like deep dive clean. I'm getting it back to roadworthy so I can ride it with my friends. And then once I sell it, I'm gonna let them know everything that I did and that it might need even a deeper clean or a deeper restoration, but I got it looking good, running well, and everything's in spec. Now, whether the pistons are dirty, I'm gonna spray some carb cleaner on the intakes and stuff. But yeah, so we'll see about that. And yeah, okay. Well, I mean, that makes me feel better that it's not like a lot of water sitting in there. That would scare me. But I have a little bore scope thing that I can use. I ordered a bore scope just for this bike, but of course it's Chinese and still hasn't come in yet. But funny enough, I have a ear wax tool thing that actually I think will fit in there. So later on I'll try and check that out and see what's up with that. But from spinning this hard, it feels fine. And these both feel like that. Ooh, this one's got low compression, damn it. All that talk about it. I just wanted to get running well. But this is also the one that had really bad valve clearance stuff. So let me see, was it the head on here that was really bad? Yeah, it was the vertical. The closer, there's nothing, so it has blow by. And then the closer there, unloaded. It's close. And this one might not open. So yeah, I know this one exhaust will constantly stay open. So until I get those valve adjustments, I don't know. We'll do the valve adjustments, and then if we do the valve adjustments and then this thing still like has really low that one. Oh no, this one's definitely, it's gonna suck my hand in, and that one definitely has more compression. So this one, the top one's held open. But anyways, that's some good news, some bad news. Definitely have to do a bunch of valve clearances or shim changes on these to get closer. That's a thing that I've been saying a lot. Closer to perfect. The rims will be close to OEM finish. The valve clearances will be close to LT Snyder. But yeah, so what I do is that, and let me put up some tools just so I can have a little peace of mind. Alright, that's better. This goes like this. Something like that. Well, is anybody out there that's working on their own bike? What are you working on? If you're working on something, leave a comment. Let's see, speaking of, I haven't checked comments in a bit. Anybody out there? Sweet. Oh. Alright, let's do the fun bit. Let's try and take these wheels off. I'm gonna go ahead and move this back to where it needs to go. This looks okay. I think it just got a little bit of water in through there from the pressure. Yeah, I think it just got a little bit of water in there. Anyways, we'll just put that back so that's there, so nothing gets in. Same thing with the horizontal. We'll just put that back in so nothing gets in. But now we're going to do the fun one. The fun part has just begun. Put on both gloves. Actually, I'm putting on rubber gloves. Hopefully none of this metallic stuff gets me. Alright, where did that other glove go? These gloves. One rubber glove. Other glove. Can I not find it? Part of this. Okay, cool. Okay, I guess. I didn't find her. I'm trying to find I had another rubber coated glove. There it is. And I really want to wear it because how much these rims are flaking. They're flaking so bad, and I really don't want to get chrome shards stuck in my hand, just like splinters and stuff. So what these probably will do. So let's see if we can get these to come off. All right, let's see this. All right, there's the first one. Front wheel seems to be a little bit easier to play with. Front wheels, at least on the other bikes that I've changed, are a little bit more forgiving to try and get off. I haven't done this in a hot minute for a couple years, and even that one, when I did do it, I got them off, but I couldn't get the new wheels back on. So let's go ahead and see if we can screw these off. So I don't have to pay the $20, $30 to get them off. Alright, you guys will go right here. Let's get to some work here. I gotta change the battery in my camera real quick. Change the battery because it decided to die. It's finally starting to cool off in the garage. Not sweating so much. Or maybe it's I just maxed out my sweat levels and I'm finally cooling off from my sweat. Alright, there's one. Alright, battery out. Okay. Battery is in. Alright. Alright, let's see here. Backed up a little bit. See if I can get this going here. Oh, camera's coming loose. All right. There we go. All right. You guys are ready, set, good? Okay, cool. All right, I'm just grabbing my spoons and stuff to get ready for this. Okay. Of course, it's buried in these guys. Do my valve stem removal too. I don't think there's any air in here. This air would leak out. Yeah, but let me just go ahead and remove that valve stem. Just in case. A little air in there. I have a whole section in my drawer for specialty things that I'll probably only ever use once. That doesn't work. That doesn't work. Okay. See if I can get this out. Man, this valve stem is chewed up too. Oh my god. This thing is chewed up. Yeah, let's see. Can I remove this thing? I don't know if I can remove this thing. No, I can't. Alright, so let's go ahead and try and get this done. Alright, let's see here. Alright, here's the beep. We're live action. Let's do this. I apologize if I swear, curse, whatever. Just earmuff it. I'm a big fan of doing this. And if that Rabaconda company sees this, please send me one of those. Because I have a few more bikes in the near future that I'm planning on. And I plan on taking those to the track, finally. Racing those. And it would be nice to change my own tires into the race tires that I need. But also change them back into street tires. So I can keep those race tires for the next bike. So I can just have one set of good race tires that I can use and just change them on different bikes. Alright, so anyways. Oh, this sucker's. This sucker's stiff. Let's see how I can break the beam on this. I'll just something like this. I can't remember. Maybe it was like this. Things like this. And this goes like that. There we go. Like that, and then that goes down. And I'm pretty sure that's what it is. But a catch is these are meant for standard bikes, and they don't grip. They don't grip through. Oh man. Let's do the old Subaru. Forgot about this one. Actually, I'm gonna do soap, and then this soap's pretty good. Some this is a waterless wash, so it's got some crazy lubricants in it as well. See if I can get that in there. Oh yeah, this thing's stuck to the rim. You can feel it. You can hear it cracking off. Get that sword in there. There we go. Hopefully that helps a little bit. Maybe I can get this. There we go. trying to break the reed with that. Alright, so it's like that. So then it goes like that. So this, remember correctly. It goes in like that. And you're supposed to be able to just put together. Okay. Rotate you down a little bit more. Here. Alright, let's start to move. Again, this thing is rock hard. I don't know what's happening. I forget what this one does. Wait. Where are you going? I need to watch some YouTube videos on this one. Does that have any air in it? I think it does. Just a really stiff. Really stiff. Just keep working our way around. See what happens. It feels like it still has air in it, this is the thing. Yeah, it does. I didn't think it would, but it does. That might make things difficult to remove. But the way this valve stem tool is, it's not really meant for. There we go. Just had the littlest of air in it. Maybe we can just cut to this when I'm editing. I'm just shoving that in there. You know, I know what I'm doing. Put this in there. On in there. to bring it, tuck it in your knees, get it in, let's get it in, give this guy up and over. Wrong side. Most of the time you can just get it right off. Shouldn't. Once you got most of it off, I have to push this down in. Knees used to be really sensitive of kneeling down on concrete and stuff, like it was very tender. But ever since I've had a little girl and we change her diaper on the floor all the time, the skin on my knees has gotten really tough. And so it's kind of funny. The last time I tried to do this, I was like, ooh, ooh, ow, ow. I need a pad. I need a pad for my knees. But now, not so much. Oh yeah, if you guys need some detailing products, I have a link, affiliate link to Armor Detail Supplies. And they're really surprisingly good stuff. I haven't really ever used big, fancy detailing supplies, but I always just picked up stuff from the auto parts store. But holy shit, there's auto parts store cleaning stuff, and then like Kosh Chemie, Armor Detail Supply, DIY Detail. That's a whole nother level of detailing products. They smell good, they clean way better. They're so much more slick. I never knew. I thought it was just like, oh, get some McGuire's detail spray, it'll be fun. Shit like this is way better. It's really surprising. Like, I'm not trying to be an influencer on that one. I just have an affiliate, but holy shit. The cleaning potential, the slickness, the smell, the user experience with some of the other stuff, like the foam, it's crazy. So, look them up on YouTube. Go check out some of their reviews and stuff. It is surprising. For me, at least. Alright, here we go. Get this moving. the trick is you step on one side and just work your way out. So got it out. I chromed everything, but the chrome was failing on the inside. See, chrome was failing on the inside. The rear wheel is way worse, but yeah, you can see failing there, failing there, failing there. Okay, let's get this out. Tired you. Actually, I'm gonna put you over here. That's your wet with chemicals. Alright, now tough one begins. I'm gonna change angles a little bit for my camera, so it shows more of the action of me doing it instead of me struggling my ass off to try and get it done. There we go, something like that. There we go, so recording. Whew, man, I am ready this way. I have an idea for this guy. Yeah, it's flaking chrome right there. Alright, that was kind of... Is that in frame? Yeah. Okay, this one kind of held air. So, let's see this one. See if I can actually, yeah. Got some stagnant air. It'll be in there in a minute. Soapy water. Alright, one thing I was going to hopefully they'll enable it to get in there. I don't know if it will though. This would be breaking. Fluid. Biggest thing is just trying to get the fluid down in there. This one feels actually not too bad. It's actually worn really thin in the middle, so I think that's a good thing. Pop back up. This is just to get the soap and lubricant down in there. Okay. Last one. I'm going to take the least flaking section, put it on the knees, right here. Put my knees on it. Try and get it up in there. See if I can get this up in there as well. Where it gets a little tough. Nozzle came off. Hold on. Spray a little bit more of this stuff in there. It's pretty slick. Alright. Come on. That's where it gets tough. Wait. This wrong way. Maybe I can get this here. Okay. Alright, let's do this. That's not that bad. Let's see if we can get another one in there, another wind. Come on. This is not the easiest. At least the fluids are slippery. The first initial lift is the hardest. Alright. Put it here. Size spoons you need, like big 14-inch, 18-inch. Hey, so much easier. Just work your way around. get this close enough. That one. Whew. Yeah. That's out. Whew. A lot of sweating later. Yeah, I gotta stand up. That's tough. Thanks for watching, guys. You stuck with it. I don't even think I had you guys in frame. Just slowly you guys with me just suffering and dying over there. But for the past, I don't know, 20 minutes I've been trying to get those out of those rock hard, rotten tires that have been sitting for 10 plus years. In a barn in Ohio, and then another almost year sitting in the garage because I was working on other bikes. Almost a year until I could get to this bike to start working on it. So yeah, but you can see this thing has failing chrome all over it. So yeah, to take out the. Let's see if I can get this frame out. I need to give it evals done so those things are shot and bent up and broken. Let's see if I can get this out of here. Oh, it's got like a 10 on there. I didn't realize that. Too much roll. It's gonna be like 14 maybe. I think it's like 14. Let's see, can you see? Raise you up a little bit. Raise you up just a little bit. Alright, you guys can see what's going on. Just had to adjust the camera. Well, I had my correct assumption first. 12? Is it a 12? Yes, it is. Into this. Feel like we got a little captain in there. Spray. WD-40. That's a good old liquid wrench. I do not recommend anything else for penetrant or. There we go. There we go. That is what will do the trick. Take a while. 12, 13, 12 deep socket. Alright, it is in a quarter. There we go. This might make it a little bit easier. A little bit easier if I can hold this flathead still. If I can hold the flathead. This flathead's wanting to round up too. on. Catch the breath. You'll be alright. Don't be a pussy. You gotta tell yourself sometimes. Don't be a bitch. Even if things start stripping on you. Fucker. Motherfucker. I'm gonna have to Dremel this bitch because how about that out of the flathead. Can you get the Dremel in there? I don't know if I can get the Dremel in there, but I'll try. Whew. Actually, we can't do that tonight. That is going to be super loud and that's going to wake up the baby. So, I wonder, how strong are these clips? I have some pretty hefty clips. I can clip a lot of shit. I wonder. Nah, that's too thick. I think. Let's see. What's that? Surrounding. Yeah, I'm gonna have to get the Dremel on that one. There's no saving that one. I can't do the Dremel tonight. It's too loud. But at least we got the rim out. Got the rim out. Got that out. I'm happy with that. Get this up out of the way. God damn, you're heavy. Alright, see, what is it? Not this guy. Ah, you can totally get this guy, hopefully. This guy. Catchers. Alright, let's see here. Ooh. Oh yeah, that was easy. Nice. We got one of them out. Alright. Nice. That one is good to go. This one has everything. It's ready to go. Just need to get the Dremel on the other one. And I just can't do it tonight. Too loud. Oh, fuck. I'm good. Didn't bend anything. We're good. Ooh, yeah. Okay. I think we are done for tonight. I am tired and sweaty and a little bit defeated from that valve still. But we got done what we wanted to get done. We did the, let me turn off my camera. Yeah, so for you guys, watching. So, not super defeated, but we got done what I wanted to get done, which was do the valve clearance check, make sure valves, or not make sure they're okay, but a lot of them were not okay, which was kind of expected. But I wanted to check the valves and then check the spark plugs. Kind of brought up something that was a little bit of a scare. There's a tiny bit of water on this vertical cylinder, but it was just a tiny bit of water. There's not a bunch of standing water in the head, and I could see when I brought the piston all the way up, it's not submerged in water. And the spark plugs look okay. They weren't damaged or beat up like a valve dropped in them, so I know there's not a valve dropped. Everything's just a little bit dirty still. Next, I'll be doing the valve job on this. I'll be taking out the cams and actually servicing the shims. It's kind of a long process. You have to take them out, put them back in, take them out. But also on top of that, once I take out the cams, I'll be able to see if any of the rocker arms have flaked their chrome. And if they flake their chrome, I gotta get on eBay and see if I can find some good condition used ones to put in. And then once I get those, I can finish the valve thing, and then I can just get started on everything else. And everything else includes getting things cleaned and serviced and back on the bike to complete rebuilds like the brake calipers and the throttle bodies. Throttle bodies, I have to send off the injectors to go get professionally cleaned and balanced. And then I have a few parts that I need to order. I wanted to wait till I got almost everything taken off and done that I needed before I ordered parts similar to these valve stems. I want to check these out, and sure enough, these are all beat up, chewed in. So I need to get some valve stems, but yeah. Only thing left to do to take off, but I'm going to save it for later, is to take off the front headlight. Just not the whole assembly, but just take out the front headlight so I can get some soapy water in there and actually do some paint, because these are normally painted up to the edge. I don't know why they're painted up there. I mean, I guess it could cause reflection back up into the dash if they're not painted, but I'm gonna go ahead and take these off, clean them, and paint them black. So, but yeah, I think we're at ground zero with this bike. It's as far apart as I want to take it. Everything looks good. There's no bent valves, so I don't need to take the motor completely apart. So we are halfway to restored, which is exciting for anyone on the outside that doesn't know about restorations, and it might look like something super overwhelming and takes months and months to do. Bikes are a little bit easier than cars. Cars are scary. I don't touch cars. Those take years to restore if you're trying to do it yourself. This, a couple months, if you had all the time in the world. It's taken me, 2 months to get to this, just because I'm only working nights and weekends. But, and I'm going slow to check for everything. But yeah, I'm happy with where we're at. I'm encouraged and positive that this bike is going to be a good runner, and it's going to be fun to ride when we get it all back together. But yeah, thank you guys for tuning in, for those who are still here. If you want to see actual better recorded content than this, go check out the main channel and go watch the long form stuff, kind of like my S1000RR rebuild. Or I just got up a few of the episodes of the Ducati 996, which is essentially the same thing as this, but a bigger engine. I did a quick restoration for one of my buddies. His bike had also been sitting for 10 plus years, but in a climate controlled garage. So yeah, go check that out. Go leave a like, subscribe. And if you want to help pay for parts, go check out buymeacoffee.com. I have a link in the description of my channel somewhere. Somewhere you can find it. But I'm dying, I'm sweating, it's hot. You guys have a good night. I'll check in with you guys later this week. Be doing another live. All right, see you guys.